Immune system assessment is one of the most comprehensive evaluations in nursing practice because the immune system touches every organ and every body system. A comprehensive immune assessment includes health history, lifestyle factors, and physical examination. Key history elements include infections, immunizations, allergies, autoimmune disease, cancer, surgeries, medication, transfusions, and environmental or nutritional factors that affect immune function. The physical exam focuses on lymph nodes, skin, mucous membranes, and major organ systems. Effective assessment requires integrating findings from all three domains to form the full clinical picture. Gender and age strongly influence baseline immune function. Women have higher rates of autoimmune disease due in part to estrogen's immune-enhancing effects, while androgens tend to suppress immune activity. Aging leads to immunosenescence, a gradual decline in immune function that increases susceptibility to infection, cancer, and autoimmune disease. Immunosenescence is the age-related decline of immune function caused by reduced bone marrow and thymus activity. Aging impairs lymphocyte, neutrophil, macrophage, dendritic cell, and NK cell function, while increasing chronic inflammatory cytokine activity. Vaccine effectiveness declines, autoimmune risk rises, and immune surveillance against cancer weakens, making older adults more vulnerable to infection, malignancy, and autoimmune disease. Nutrition is a major modifiable factor in immune health. Effective immune function depends on adequate protein, vitamins A, C, D, and E, zinc, selenium, lipids, and omega fatty acids. Zinc is especially important for T-cell function, wound healing, and immune regulation. Nutritional deficiencies increase infection risk, delay healing, impair recovery, and may raise cancer risk, making nutritional screening an important part of immune assessment. Immune assessment history should focus on exposures and infections, allergies, and autoimmune or neoplastic disorders. Document immunizations, recurrent infections, travel exposures, and histories of TB, hepatitis, HIV, STIs, or herpes. Assess all allergy types and ensure accurate EHR documentation for patient safety. For autoimmune disease and cancer, evaluate onset, severity, treatment history, and family history, recognizing that both malignancy and cancer therapies can suppress immune function. Chronic illnesses can cause secondary immunosuppression through multiple mechanisms. Diabetes, kidney disease, and COPD impair normal immune defenses and increase infection risk, while splenectomy, burns, surgery, stroke, and many medications further suppress immunity. Recognizing these factors is critical for early intervention and infection prevention. Psychoneuroimmunology describes the two-way connection between the brain and immune system. Stress hormones such as cortisol suppress immune function, while immune signals like cytokines influence mood, fatigue, cognition, and fever. Chronic stress weakens immunity and slows healing, while interventions such as mindfulness, relaxation, guided imagery, yoga, and humor can improve immune resilience and overall health. The physical exam can reveal immune dysfunction across multiple organ systems. Respiratory findings such as cough, wheezing, rhinitis, and bronchospasm may signal airway immune involvement. Cardiovascular signs can include hypotension, tachycardia, arrhythmias, vasculitis, and anemia related to immune processes. Gastrointestinal findings such as hepatosplenomegaly, colitis, vomiting, and diarrhea may reflect systemic or mucosal immune dysfunction. Genitourinary immune findings include frequency, dysuria, hematuria, and discharge related to infection or inflammation. Musculoskeletal symptoms such as joint pain and swelling commonly suggest autoimmune disease. Skin findings, including rashes, lesions, urticaria, purpura, and dermatitis, are key indicators of immune dysfunction. Neurosensory changes such as headaches, cognitive changes, ataxia, tetany, or visual disturbances may reflect neurologic involvement from inflammation, autoimmunity, or metabolic imbalance. Key immune assessment targets include lymph nodes, skin and mucous membranes, and joints. Enlarged tender mobile lymph nodes often suggest infection, while hard fixed nodes raise concern for malignancy. Skin and mucous membranes should be assessed for lesions, inflammation, purpura, or discharge, along with systemic signs such as fever or sweating. Joint swelling, warmth, tenderness, and reduced range of motion may indicate systemic autoimmune disease. Older adults require focused immune assessment because aging blunts normal immune responses and alters symptom presentation. Reduced immune surveillance increases cancer and autoimmune risk, while factors such as malnutrition, poor circulation, thinning skin, and stress further weaken immunity. Older adults, especially postmenopausal women, are also at higher risk for atypical infections such as UTIs presenting with confusion rather than urinary symptoms. Immune assessment integrates health history, physical examination, and contextual factors such as chronic illness, medications, nutrition, stress, lifestyle, and aging. Immune dysfunction is often multifactorial, with overlapping risks that compound susceptibility to infection and poor healing. Early recognition of these combined factors allows nurses to intervene proactively and support stronger long-term immune health and patient outcomes. Comprehensive immune assessment combines health history, risk factors, physical examination, and psychosocial context. Key considerations include aging, nutrition, lifestyle, chronic illness, medications, hormonal influences, and secondary immunosuppression. The physical exam focuses on lymph nodes, skin, mucous membranes, and multisystem signs of immune dysfunction. Psychoneuroimmunology further highlights the impact of stress and mental health on immune function, reinforcing the need for a holistic assessment approach.